Time Out with GC in partnership with PPC, building stronger community heroes. Welcome back to Time Out with GC. This season we are all about building stronger communities, and we are in a quest to find real community heroes. It is he or her that is making a positive change within their respective communities. As you know, COVID has hit, communities face daily struggles, but there are those real heroes, as I said, who's making a positive change within their communities. Now we're on our way to Mitchell's Plain, just about 28 kilometers from the CBD, a population of over 300,000 people that has been recorded. And we found a development program that is really, they have nothing, but they are making that positive change in their community.
So we came here today in Freedom Park, and Ayesha and Anwar, we came across the NPO, and it's one of our first creating community heroes in the terms of our program that we've just launched, and this is one of the first beneficiaries. And it's a case of, you know, you can give money at anything, but it's to make it sustainable, and we've donated now funds towards a vegetable garden, and you know, it's just, they're doing an amazing job here. So one wants that program to continue, and for other corporates also to build on top of that. I mean, you know, the money doesn't go a long way. I mean, they feed 150 to 200 people a day, both lunch and dinners, and just seeing that people get food. So it's, for us, it's a small start, it's a building block, and hopefully we can get other corporates on board to build as well.
For Anwar and Ayesha Alexander, it has been a long and testing journey. And at times, they wouldn't know where their next meal would come from.
Days like today make our journey so much worth it. A day where we basically said, where is the next help come from? A day where we said to ourselves, are we really going to go through this, breaking just even and just getting by, just getting by. And then PPC comes along and helps us. In their presence alone is already a help, because they've lifted our spirits, and so that we continue to doing our job, which is feeding the community. And they have just given us now a foundation where we have that food security, and that's all what we want. We want to be able to grow our own vegetables, do our from the vegetable garden to our pots and to our community. That is our dream.
COVID has affected so many. Despite this, there are real community heroes who might be struggling themselves, yet they are making a positive change in their community.
Coming here today, it was a real eye-opener. I mean, we really didn't have any expectations as such. I mean, we came here, we saw Anwar and Ayesha, and they're doing an amazing job. I mean, people who really went through troubled times within their period through COVID, and I mean, like many other families were impacted, and within this community, they still don't have much, but yet they're giving everything. And I mean, for that, that's just mind-blowing. And from PPC side, I mean, we come in here, we look at this, and how can we help? How can we actually do better, especially within these communities?
Anwar Alexander is a real community man, and being nominated as our first beneficiary, he is humbled by the contribution and acknowledgement made by PPC.
After listening to everybody that spoke today, it gives me great pleasure to stand in front of you and all these people, and you recognizing our work. It's never easy. It's always difficult to speak about this. But when we started out this thing, it was never about us, our family. It is about because what we went through. And we wanted to make sure that we don't let other people experience this, or the less people that can experience this, the better for us. So if this is how we sell our story to the rest of the world, and we being heroes, or we being a symbol of hope, or a beacon of hope for other people, and it inspires one person to do exactly what we do, then I think we have done a good job. And if a hero, being called a hero, comes with those things, then we will gladly appreciate and accept that, because that is what we do. I spoke to PPC's team, and I told them, when we had everything, we did absolutely nothing. And now we have nothing and we're doing everything. So it is a good lesson for us. And if being a hero makes sure that we inspire our nation that is going through difficult times, and we a story of hope, or a story of a good story to listen to, and we can tell our story sincerely and genuinely, and people buy into our story, and they go into their communities and do their work, then we will gladly accept being called heroes.
Anwar and Ayesha Alexander were both retrenched during COVID, and their selfless work through their program was acknowledged by former Protea cricketer and PPC brand ambassador JP Duminy.
Man, what a story. And Ayesha and Anwar Alexander here in Tafelsig, unemployed firstly, and just the selflessness that they've shown just in the conversation that we've had with them has been remarkable, and it's certainly touched all of our hearts. And if I think about what is PPC trying to do, we're trying to identify those local heroes, those community-based heroes, and just call them out and showcase the amazing stories that they have, but also the amazing things that they're doing in the community. Ordinary people doing extraordinary things, and I think that's what we're trying to showcase here. And I'm just a bystander in many ways, just identifying with this amazing program and understanding that there is so much heartache out there and hardship. And I think about communities coming together, and I think about PPC trying to call communities together, and just identifying with the struggles and how can we alleviate some of that struggles. But not only a hand out, I see it as a hand up, because it's not about just feeding them. It's collectively on various things that we're trying to improve. Being part of a veggie garden, education, as we can see to the right of me here, they're busy teaching young kids about the basic needs of life, and that is the amazing stories. And I'm hugely privileged to be a part of it.
Part of the A&A development program is to keep the children of Freedom Park active, and through the JP21 Foundation, cricket gear was donated.
Yeah, fortunately, as the JP21 Foundation, we were also able to contribute. So we've provided some cricket kits for the young kids just to play in the streets. As you mentioned there, this is where we learnt the game of cricket, trying to identify with some of the heroes that we see on television. I remember fondly, trying to emulate the techniques of Jacques Kallis and Herschel Gibbs, and had the huge privilege of playing alongside them. So these are great stories to be a part of. So I'm pretty confident. We've seen it over the years. These kind of communities, we see youngsters come out and flourish, but they need to be given opportunities. They need to be shown that what they see in front of them doesn't have to be the reality. They need somebody to show backing. They need people to love them. And that is exactly what Ayesha and Anwar are showing. Even though they have their own struggles, they're still not thinking about themselves and their own families. They're thinking about the community and how can they impact them going forward.
Despite their battles, the Alexanders have sacrificed so much for their children, and their eldest daughter, Bilquis, is the first in their family to attend university.
Oh, I mean, the stories are endless, and to see Anwar and Ayesha speak about their eldest daughter being the first of their family to attend university, and not just attending university, studying law, trying to make a difference in this country where we so deeply need it. We need people in our country with high ethics, with high morals, with integrity, and to showcase them as a great story, but then not just them, their family trying to reach out to the communities and make a huge impact, which is remarkable.
We are all about sustainability, and through our Building Stronger campaign, A&A Development Program will receive their very own vegetable garden and the support to ensure that the garden flourishes throughout the year.
With PPC donating a vegetable garden, it gives us our lifelong dream that we want to be self-sustainable. We want to grow our own vegetables. We want to make sure that it goes from the ground to the pot to the community. And PPC has made that possible, and we are very appreciative of it, and we receive with so much gratitude. On behalf of Ayesha, myself, the children, ANA Development Program and the community, we want to extend our heartfelt best and gratitude and appreciation to PPC. We received this donation with so much gratitude. It is going to be a foundation for us to lay and build on, so that other people can come and continue to do this work long after we have been gone. So to PPC, thank you very much.
Through our Building Stronger Communities campaign, we are providing a platform and making a positive and sustainable change.
ANA Development Program, our first beneficiaries of our Building Stronger Community Hero program. And it's very exciting when you come here and you see the work that they actually do. There were moments where emotions got the better of us, when you actually hear the story of the journey that they've had to walk to at least assist this community of theirs. The work they do is remarkable. I mean, they're feeding over 150 people per day, sometimes not knowing where the money is coming from, sometimes not knowing where the food is coming from. For me, this really ties into PPC's ethos of empowering communities to experience that better quality of life. And it's very encouraging to see what Anwar and Ayesha are doing out here. With PPC being 129 years, it talks about sustainability. And that's what we're trying to do today with the vegetable garden that we've donated to ANA Development. It just goes back to what PPC wants to achieve in terms of local communities, 100% local, support the local businesses. We're hoping that this can be a challenge to other organizations, for them to be able to see the bit that we've done and they can build on that for it. Because it might be small to us as PPC, but I surely believe that for ANA Development Program, this is a big step. And I'm really challenging other corporates to say, look at this and see how you can put your hands and get your hands dirty and try and assist where you can.
A story of true inspiration. Once again, thank you to the Alexanders for the remarkable work that they are doing in their community of Freedom Park, Tafelsig, Mitchells Plain. Talking about community, if you know someone in your community that is doing remarkable work and putting his or her community first, we are looking for those stories. Please nominate the person that you are thinking of. The email address is strengthbeyond@ppc.co.za. Not more than 250 words, and tell us why we should consider the person that you are nominating. And let us build a stronger community. Now we are taking an ad break. When we do return, we are talking Olympics. We are joined by Genevieve Lenz. She's all the way in Tokyo, and she's talking about her journey at Tokyo and also table tennis and how she'd like to build the sport right here in Cape Town, South Africa. We'll see you after the break. Time Out with GC in partnership with PPC, building stronger community heroes.